Got a package in the mail from Vulcan Sporting Goods. It is the new Vulcan Pickleball, and my first impression is it does have a fairly prominent seam going around. Firmness, I mean, it's fairly firm. Feels somewhat similar to like the gearbox ball or the SLK competition ball or the core ball, only a little more plasticky. It's not quite as dewy of a feel as those other balls. But you know, if I compress it with my fingers, it takes a long time to rebound and it leaves kind of a flat spot. So I'm gonna go test these out today when I play, see how they feel, but my guess is it's gonna get some flat spots. Maybe not out around so that it wobbles, but it will develop some flat spots because even now I can see it's kind of flat from where I compressed it. It's gonna take a long time for this ball to rebound back into shape. That was much softer on that side than it was on this side. Much firmer spot here, but that's pretty common with pickleballs nowadays to have firmer spots, softer spots, and not as consistent construction all the way around. So I will give my honest feedback after I play with it.
Okay, so we just played 3 games with the Vulcan ball.
Yep.
What were your impressions?
Good impressions from the start. Originally, I was thinking it was going to be much slower.
Yep.
But performed not as quite as fast as a yellow Dura, but not as slow as a Franklin. So honestly, good in that way. And it definitely had some different kind of spin on the ball comparative to a Dura, which isn't necessarily bad. It's just going to take me some time to adjust and get used to the feel of it.
Yeah,
is
so
what I would say.
Max is a 5.0 local player here in East Lansing, Michigan. My thoughts on the ball initially when I pulled it out of the box were not good. You know, the seam was kind of prominent and it had some softer spots, some firmer spots. Sometimes coming off the paddle, it would behave really differently.
Yeah.
Sometimes trying to slice the ball at launch.
Yep.
So different behavior off the paddle face, although I think through the air, it felt very similar to like a Neon Dura. One of the guys in our group really didn't like it. He said he's missing the Dura already. It's okay. I like it better than I thought I would. So that's my feedback. Could I play a tournament with it? Yeah, I could. I just would need to practice with it a little more to get used to the feel.
So after playing with the Vulcan Pickleball today, you can see this one is worn out compared to a brand new one. We played maybe 4 games with this ball. The ball did play fast, way faster than the Franklin, which is good because the Franklin ball is mushy, it's soft, and none of us like it. So the fact that this ball played much faster and similar to a Dura ball was a good thing. It did feel like it had a longer dwell time on the paddle than a Dura ball. Dura ball feels a little more brittle and pops off the paddle face quickly, whereas this one felt like the ball compressed a little more on the paddle face, gave it some more shape at times. It just behaved differently in compared to the Dura ball, off the paddle and then off the ground. We noticed some funky hops here and there. I was a little concerned about the seam initially because it's pretty prominent, but based on the ball that's been used, it's almost like the seam disappeared. It just got scuffed away and there's really no seam at all anymore. Overall, I'd say it's a pretty good ball. Playing in a tournament with it, I wouldn't mind. It does play hot. It's pretty fast. The whole pattern actually is identical to the SLK competition ball. You can see there's a slight difference in the color, but the whole pattern is identical. And I believe the Oso and gearbox balls are identical as well. So similar feel to each other. You know, the SLK competition ball may be just a hair softer in playability, but I think in terms of firmness, the Vulcan ball plays really similar to the Selkirk Pro S1, although much different hole pattern in the Selkirk Pro S1 and different flight characteristics with the Pro S1. So it'll be interesting to see what other people think. Like I said, one guy in our group really did not like the ball, loves the Dura. He said, I'm missing the Dura ball already after like 1 or 2 games. But another guy in our group really liked the ball and thought it played similar enough to the Dura that he would enjoy playing with it again. So if I had to play a tournament with it, I wouldn't mind. I'm not going to sit out a tournament because of the ball. I think this ball probably will last a long time just based on the construction and the material. I don't think it's going to crack very quickly. It's going to take multiple more games before we can break one of these balls. So let me know what you think after trying them out.